So how bad is it for owner-operators? Well, in today's video, I got one member from Atlanta, Georgia to send me their actual pay statements. I was recently there in April of 2023 while I'm opening up the Atlanta, Georgia terminal. We have recruited successfully our first 5 drivers to start there. Some of them are owner operators, the other ones are lease operators, and we got a couple of company drivers out there. So we're starting off with a group of 5, but I had to share this with you, this one paycheck of an owner operator that is currently working at another fleet. I wanted to share his paychecks just so you see how bad the situation is actually in the US and what our owner operators actually making, what they were making versus what they're making right now. So here is a 2-week pay statement of a driver, of an owner operator. Truck is fully paid off. So this driver is getting paid, this owner operator is getting paid 82% of gross. So the company keeps 12% and he gets paid 82% of gross. Now this driver owns his own truck and this driver owns his own trailer. So the company just dispatches him work. And let's have a look at his actual pay statement. All right, so here he is. He's going from Pennsylvania to Connecticut, got paid $800 for that load. Then from Connecticut, he bobtailed to Queensbury, New York, went to Maryland, got paid $1,100 for that load. Then from Maryland, he went to Ohio, got paid $950 for this load. From Ohio, he went bobtail empty to Florence, Kentucky, and then took a load going to Chicago, Illinois, got paid $600. Illinois to Ohio, same thing, 232 delivery, loaded miles, empty miles, $245. Then from Ohio to Virginia, and then from Virginia to Ohio. So altogether, this driver grossed out $4,476 US in a matter of 2 weeks. So a couple of things that I see that's wrong with this paycheck. So the first thing that I do is I ask the driver, did you by any chance see any of these confirmations? I mean, they said that from this place, from Pennsylvania to Connecticut, it paid $800, but did you actually see a rate confirmation? And the driver says no. I said, could it be that this load actually paid you $1,100 and the company only decided to give you $800 of the $1,100? The driver says, absolutely. I don't know if they're skimming on top or they're not skimming on top, but I do know that I do not see the original confirmations. Now, I do understand when trucking companies don't want to show drivers the original confirmation or they don't want them to have access to those original confirmations. But I feel in Atlanta, Georgia, when we open up the terminal or when we start servicing these owner operators and dispatching them, I feel like it is very normal for the driver to want to see these confirmations, although I wouldn't give them these confirmations. But at any time, that person can make an appointment. 15-20 minutes is sufficient, and then I would be able to open up, or their dispatcher would be able to open up on their computer or through a Zoom session every single load that was booked for them in order for them to see these confirmations. So PA to Connecticut, $800. Maryland to Ohio, the load paid $950. There are some loads here that I think are very, very low paying. I wouldn't mind to see sometimes that, yes, there are low paying loads, or sometimes there are no loads and you have to take whatever you can get your hands on, but I would feel more comfortable as an owner operator working for a company that would show me their confirmations. It doesn't matter what the split is, 88 and 12%. It could be 75-25. It could be 80-20. Every company has something else to offer you. So for example, for us, when we're going to be running in the Atlanta, Georgia, our trailers are going to be included and the fee is going to be 25%. But yes, we will give the drivers access to the original confirmations, not for them to take home, but for them to see at any given time on any pay statement, for them to see the original confirmation. Now, another thing that I have a problem, with this pay is that the driver in 2 weeks with a paid off truck took home $2,958. So I do feel that that's extremely low. I feel like the driver should have at least made $5,000, maybe $4,500 in 15 days after all of his deductions. So here's some deductions that this company has. I won't release the information or the name of this trucking company because I'm not here to bash anybody. I'm just here to create awareness for all of you guys. What is a good deal and what is a not so good deal? But this driver over here paid $80 for occupational accident insurance, $369 for the truck insurance for the month of April. That's $369. There's $300 parking fee for the month of April. And then there's a New York permit and miles. That's $147. And then 18%, which they deduct. Okay, they deduct 18% is $621. So the driver grand total got $2,000 $2,958. Okay, so as you can probably see from this pay statement, and I am getting more and more drivers sending me their pay statements, and I'm going to share them with you. For those of you that want to share their pay statement with me, just if you want to get an opinion, I'd be more than happy to do a video or to do a video on multiple pays and what I think about them. But more and more drivers are sending me their information. They do know that I would never share the information of where you're working, or I would never bash anybody of where you're working. I just want to create awareness for all other drivers out there. As you probably know, that a part of our channels, we have over 350,000 truck drivers, and our channel is growing fast. Okay, so we're definitely putting on the content that other drivers want to hear. We always want to be as open and transparent as possible, and we feel like we're doing a great job at it. So guys, I want you to know that I hear you. I read every single one of your comments. My video ideas come from your comments. So make sure you're leaving a comment down below. Sometimes I'll respond. There's hundreds, if not thousands of comments that I read. I usually do it before I go to sleep. Well, I usually don't fall asleep until that phone falls on my head. That's a sign for me to go to sleep. But I usually read a lot of your comments. I try to respond to a lot of them. If you have any comments about this pay, or if you have any comments on your pay, leave the comments down below. Share it with everybody else so we can all learn on what to do and what not to do. If you're successful in running and you're still having really good pays out there and you're an owner operator, share the company that you're working for. I mean, I won't get offended. So a lot of comments also on drivers are asking how owner operators and lease operators are doing here at ET. Well, you can't really compare the market at ET yet because we are a Canadian company and we do cross-border shipments. So no, the effect on the economy hasn't affected ET Transport yet, especially not owner operators. And the reason why it didn't affect owner operators is because our pay packages here in Canada is a rate per mile. So if you look at my other videos that I've done on owner operators pays or gross earning pays, our owner operators here are getting paid about $1.75 per mile plus fuel surcharge, and the company pays for everything. So literally we're almost paying owner operators $2 per mile to run their truck. So there's advantages to it and there's disadvantages to it. So the advantages are that these times here, people would much rather work on a rate per mile knowing that it would be $2 a mile. I mean, the statements that I have here in front of me, it looks like the driver's getting paid $1.45 or $1.55 after that company takes their commission, plus they're paying for insurance, plates, tolls, I mean, what other expenses we see here on their pay statements. The downfall to that pay structure is when the freight rates are extremely high, when owner operators are making $3.50, $4 a mile, you know, when an owner operator is getting almost $2 a mile versus an owner operator that's getting $4 a mile, well, you think that the guy that's making $2 a mile is getting a horrible deal. But he's really not getting a horrible deal, because when things start settling down, the guy at $2 per mile is actually making a lot more than the driver at $1.40 or $1.50. So there are advantages and disadvantages to both pay structures, and that's why you see so many owner operators with their own authorities right now. They are tackling onto a much bigger carrier, thinking that they're going to have the freight and they're going to have the freight rates to sustain them in these bad times. And once the times get a little bit better, then again they're going to start working for themselves and under their own authorities. But when owner operators here are going to start working in Atlanta, Georgia, both the owner operators and the lease operators, you better be sure that yes, I'm going to share their pay statements. I have seen some horrible things when I was in Atlanta. I saw some really bad pay statements. I'm sharing with you some not so great pay statements, but this is not the worst of it. I've seen a lot worse, and I can't believe that there are owner operators willing to work literally almost for free. And the lease purchase program, just for that title to be an owner operator, what drivers are willing to put themselves through, and it's not right and it has to stop. And I read a really interesting article. The FMCSA is targeting predatory lease purchase agreements. Okay, so they know and they're aware of the problem, and they are going to be doing something about it, and they are going to make recommendations to Congress to maybe putting out rules and regulations of what these trucking companies can and cannot do by exploiting these drivers through these lease purchase programs. So it has to stop, and the way we're going to create awareness is through this channel, and we're going to point out the good companies and the bad companies in the comments down below. I'm not here to bash anybody, and I'm not here to expose anybody of what wrongdoing. I'm just here to share with you guys my experience, my knowledge. So make sure that you leave the comments down below. I read all the comments and I try to respond to most of them, and this channel is all about trucking. And if you're enjoying the content that I put out there, make sure you're a subscriber, make sure you're sharing it with other truck drivers, and make sure that you are liking this video, because that's the way the Google and the YouTube and the Facebook, that's how they do their algorithms, is by you liking and sharing it. That's how much they will push it more towards other truck drivers. So I'm Ronen, R-O-N-E-N, and I'll catch you in my next video.